Alright guys, I am so sorry for the multiple videos and my inability to be able to put them together. So I hope, I think this will make 2, maybe 3, so I'm sorry about that. Okay, so he's together. I know they say he's 12 foot. Okay, and I know my skeleton back there doesn't have his head on. But when he had his head on, he didn't lean that much. But regardless if he's taller or not, he definitely has a much bigger presence. Now, as I said earlier, I put this thing together by myself. Would not do it again by myself. No. Is it possible? Absolutely. Obviously. Look. Oh, and by the way, he doesn't have his forearms on. Mostly because I forgot to put him on before I stood him up again. And I'm going to have to lay him down to take his head off because I'm going to store his head in the house as well. So I figured I'm not putting them on just a video. You know what their hands look like. Hey, you know what? Here you go if you don't. Just some really gnarly, rooty looking hands. Very cool. Okay, I do have a problem that I'm going to have to call the company about. This T-bolt, and that's what it's called, fits into his back. And you run this wire right here. It fits into a hole in his back, and you run this wire through it, and it's a stabilizing wire. My bolt, it doesn't look stripped here, but what I'm thinking is it must be stripped inside the cavity, the bracket inside, because it will not let me tighten that bolt in there for nothing. So I'm going to have to call them. I think I saw another person who got one of these that their bolt was totally missing. And people were telling them, just go to the hardware store and get blah, blah, blah bolt. So I may just take that bolt, although there's nothing wrong with the bolt. It's the piece inside. I don't know. I'm going to contact them, see what they say. I watched a video of a kid putting one together to see if they had any problems with it. They didn't even address the T-bolt. They didn't even put it in. And it kind of makes me wonder, I sent them a question, but they haven't answered yet, if they had the same problems. That's what gave me the idea to just run it through the torso like this to give it some stability. So that's what I'm doing for now. Because the whole reason I put him together is to make room in my building. So I didn't want to just leave him laying down until I figured out the bolt issue. But there he is. He's cool. He's cool. He's a pain in the butt to put together by yourself, but it is possible. 2 people, it would be easy peasy. I like him. I wondered if I would like him better than the Skelly. I think I do. I don't know if his... I mean, he's pretty well built, but I did notice some seams weren't as tight and stuff as on my Skelly. So... he may not be as solid, but he's way cooler. So if you can get one, and if you think you want one, I would highly recommend him. Or maybe aftermarket, or not aftermarket, because they're ridiculous. These scalpers are like, I think they're asking like $1,200, $800, $900 for this guy. I mean, it's ridiculous. So if you can find one and somebody isn't ripping you off, or if you can find one at your Home Depot, I would highly recommend. But great prop. I do not have his extensions on for storage in here. He definitely makes a presence. All right. So again, sorry about the multiple videos, but I hope I helped you a little bit. It's just the snaps, getting the snaps lined up. The hardest part, there is a rod. I think it was the M rod that goes through, it attaches somewhere in the middle, and it goes through his chest and through the hole in his neck. And that's the main reason I would say you need a second person, because it was very hard. I had to be very careful. I didn't want that rod to puncture any of this chest material. Whereas you had 2 people, one person could hold the chest and the other one could guide the rod through. But it comes out the head, and you attach the head, and not a hard build, brain wise. A hard build physical wise by yourself, but 2 people would be easy peasy. All right. Well, that is it for the Inferno pumpkin, and I will catch you later.